I decided I would try something a little bit different and do kind of a general collective reading for everybody because it's really heavy right now. I think especially because there are 6 planets in retrograde. Retrograde really means taking a step back, and so that's what we should all be doing right now, especially if you are feeling lost or confused or unsure of what you should be doing or where you should be going. I know a lot of people are feeling the heaviness right now. And in the reading, that definitely came through too. So I just pulled some cards. And so the overall energy of the reading is renewal, review and evaluate, a favorable assessment of the facts, time to move in a new direction. And so if you are feeling a lot of energy right now, you could be feeling anxious or depressed. I know I have felt kind of both, and I've been back and forth between it. I did have surgery, and so I know that has something to do with it, but definitely it's been in the last week or so, and that's all been within the full moon too, that I've been feeling it the most. So definitely you're not alone. I'm gonna read this card from the book. So for the renewal card, the angels sent you this card because you're either near the end of a project or at a crossroads on the threshold of making an important change. This card signifies that it's time to review and do some evaluation. Make thoughtful judgments regarding your life and then make confident choices. Rest easy knowing that you've prepared well. Legal situations are resolved favorably for you. In addition, academic examinations and certification tests go well. Additional meanings of this card: a landmark decision, a career or job change, moving in a different direction, and a new beginning. So I just want you to know that that's where all of this is coming from. If you don't resonate with this, then you're not looking to make a change at this time. But if you do resonate with this, then obviously I think you've been doing a lot of introspective searching within yourself, and I think you're kind of starting to figure out what you do and don't want, or what you do and don't resonate with anymore. And so you're making some changes towards that, and not everybody is going to be supportive, and that's because you may be leaving some people behind. Sometimes whenever we're making changes and we're kind of coming into our higher power, our higher self, then we find so many things drop away around us because we are changing our vibration, we're changing our energy, and some of these people will stay stuck. You may have some friends that aren't quite to your level. They might worry about things that are a lot more shallow than you do, and you just kind of outgrow them eventually, and it's not a bad thing. It's hard to let people go, but you do need to let things and people go that are no longer serving you. And you should be making that affirmation every once in a while. I do that every time I'm in the shower. I just see that as cleansing myself, and I just always ask that whatever is no longer serving my highest and greatest good is let go of. Because we hold on to things for way too long. But as you evolve and you grow, you learn to let go of things a lot sooner before it does actually break you. So for the actual reading itself, I got twice about needing, kind of being too serious and having too much going on. So the first one that I pulled was the Two of Earth. Too much going on at once, the need to make a decision, consider a more playful approach. So with these energies being so heavy right now, I think so many people get into their heads and kind of drop down into a lower vibration or go into hermit mode and just kind of I guess, evaluate themselves, their lives, which is the point of these times. They're meant to feel heavy so that you will actually kind of bring up these things that you have bottled inside for so long and heal them and let them go. Because we hold on to so many things, and that's what drags us down, and that's what weighs us down and makes us feel so heavy. We need to make decisions that are good for our soul and not trying to please other people, not giving into what society says we should be. Because as we kind of do these things and learn about ourselves, we learn about the conditioning that we go through all of our lives, and the things that we're always told to just kind of be good and listen to everything you're told and don't rebel and whatever else. But I have always been a question asker, and so I've been asked if I'm rebelling basically whenever I ask why. But for myself, I just like to actually understand why I'm kind of doing what I'm doing, and I'm happy to comply if I feel that is right. But if I feel like I'm just being taken advantage of or something like that, then I know that I need to end a situation. And so another one came up saying they need to have more fun. And I think that it will come in twice in here, because I think we're only meant to take that part just to kind of correlate it to the two of Earth, the need to have more fun. Everything's so heavy right now. We just need to get out of our heads a little bit and get grounded, get back to nature. I pulled the Queen of Water. And so I think this is where a lot of people are. I think a lot of people are in their emotions right now, but standing pretty strong. But you're likely keeping it to yourself and not really, I don't know if you're trying to actually work through it and let it go, or if every time it comes up, you're stuffing it back down. But if we don't acknowledge these feelings when they come up, then they'll never go away. If you don't like the way you feel whenever a certain topic comes up, you're being triggered, because you need to actually go through these memories and these thoughts and figure out why you feel the way that you feel and let it go. You don't need to forgive anybody to their face, but if you don't forgive people in your life to yourself, that will weigh you down forever. So this one is also saying relationships develop to a new level, trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. So I have been feeling like there's a lot of support in the heavy energies. A lot of people are stepping forward and kind of saying, hey, I feel this too. Everything's going to be better. Remember, you felt this way before. That's how I feel. I think that's what I'm doing. I feel drawn to kind of try to help people understand their feelings and their emotions and why they come up, because I feel like I'm getting a better grasp of that every day myself, and it has helped me. And that doesn't mean that I'm perfect. I've been so anxious and depressed the last week or two. I just haven't really been, I don't know, I haven't been myself, and that's potentially part of this, but also my recovery and the fact that it's telling me I need to slow down. That's kind of what retrograde is telling us too, is that we all need to slow down, take a step back, slow down, reevaluate. And so if you feel drawn to help somebody, I would be there for them, because we all need to help each other get through this. Life isn't always nice. But yeah, I think a lot of us are in the Queen of Water energy, which is Queen of emotions. Water is emotions. And so I think we're getting to the end of the struggle, because we're in the Queen energy now, but it's coming out of it now. And so then I got the Queen of Earth. Make time for those around you, take a sensible approach, deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. So the dealing with challenges in a kind and understanding matter that is really saying we're being taught about patience right now in all of our triggers as well. And so whenever you're having these things come up, realize that the person that is making you figure this out, they didn't actually do anything to you. You have been conditioned by how you were treated in the past. And so somebody will trigger something for you and it's not their fault, and it puts you in this weird energy and you don't really know how to deal with it because you haven't dealt with that before. You just kind of, every time it would happen, you stuffed it down, but then you have such, hi Piper, but then you put yourself into this energy and you push the person away probably because they made you remember a negative from your life, instead of realizing that they were meant to trigger you so that it would bring it up so that you could feel these feelings, resolve these feelings, and let them go, because you'll feel so much lighter when you do. You don't need to forgive people to their faces. You just need to, in your own mind, you need to forgive whoever for what they did to you that has been weighing you down for so long. You need to cry if you feel like crying. You need to yell if you feel like yelling, but preferably not at a person and preferably not at somebody who doesn't deserve it, for sure. If you just need to scream, then scream into a pillow. But you need to feel your feelings whenever they're coming up, and that will ground you. That's why we got the Queen of Earth. If we're in our emotions, and that's okay, but we need to just now let them go. We need to feel those feelings and go. Today, I woke up and I was like, I'm depressed and I really don't feel well physically. And so I slept. I just allowed myself to sleep for an extra few hours because I was just like, I am so run down. I am in recovery mode and it's not enough, so I need to just kind of, if I feel drawn to sleep, I need to sleep. If you feel drawn to rest, you need to rest. I would definitely go outside a lot if you're able to. I know the weather here is all over the place, so depending on where you are, that may not be feasible always, but even when it's raining, I'll just stand outside. I feel like that is cleansing if you give it the intention of cleansing. Another kitty. So get outside if you can. If you feel drawn to go for a walk outside, go. Just go look at the sunset or the sunrise or something and just kind of allow yourself to be present in the moment, because that will help ground you. And that will help you ground yourself all throughout this too. If you feel yourself getting super anxious, just kind of think to yourself, okay, I'm okay in this moment. I am okay. There's nothing going on that's hurting me. Breathe. And then it may go away. It may not. And if it doesn't, you may want to meditate on it and see what that brings up for you. I feel like meditation does a lot for me. Dreams too, but dreams can be so hard to interpret that we don't always realize that it's telling us something that we need to correct or fix, or giving us some information about our life path. But yeah, make time for those around you. Try to have your friendships still. I know that it's hard right now to want to be social, to want to actually spend time outside of the house even, but you know that you always feel better once you do, and so my suggestion is to do it. So we got 2 3s in a row. The 3 of air and then the 3 of water, which we already saw, but only for part of the message. So with the Three of Air, it's talking about how we're feeling right now. Great sadness, take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself or others. So like I said, if there is anybody that you need to be forgiving, some memories that have been coming up that have not been that great, don't do it for them, do it for you, because it only weighs you down in the end. And if they're not losing sleep over it, then why are you? So you just need to come out of that energy of having been a victim, like you absolutely were, and you should definitely feel those feelings and feel that frustration and cry about it if you need to, but you need to realize you also put yourself into that position and take note of the red flags so that you don't put yourself into that position again. And that's all we can do. But take the time to heal. Cry. Crying is so good for you. It's so cleansing. It just gets everything out. You feel so much lighter when you're done. I mean, I get a headache most of the time, but so then the Three of Water. Hold on. Okay. So then we got the High Priestess. So this is the energy you can come into. And it's telling you, so this is the second time that we're reading about intuition here. This is saying that we need to listen to our intuition, have patience, and consider carefully what we want before acting. Because we are in retrograde, step back and look at what you're asking for. Does it make sense? Is it good for you? Try to look at it with 20/20 vision instead of up close, because you miss a lot of the important information and a lot of the red flags when you are too close to the situation. Sometimes you need to just back off, take your time to yourself, and figure out how you feel about a situation. But have patience, listen to your intuition. If something tells you it's not right, I would listen to it. And then the Three of Water. So it does come up and say a celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement, the need to have more fun. So we already know you need to lighten up. You need to, me too, not just you, me too. You need to have more fun. Try and be a little more social with even your closest friends that you don't mind seeing you whenever you feel this way. Or call them, talk to them on the phone. Just let somebody know how you're feeling, because everybody cares. Not, well, maybe not everybody, but there's at least somebody that cares. So put it out there. I'm going to read the High Priestess from the book 2. You drew this card because the answers you seek lie in your feelings and emotions. Trust your intuition and the power of your natural psychic abilities. Also, pay attention to your dreams and any intuitive messages you receive, as they're accurately guiding you. So, I mean, I don't want to say I know what I'm doing, but that really is exactly what I've been channeling here and saying this whole time, is that we just need to pay attention to how we're feeling, feel those feelings, pay attention to your dreams. They tell you things. So maybe I know what I'm talking about. There's no need to race into action right now. However, instead, take time to gain more insight, since things may not be as they appear on the surface. Withdraw from the noise of daily life and ask for guidance from your angels and guides. Everything you need to know will be revealed to you in time. Just have patience. Silence is golden. Study spiritual topics if you're drawn to them. Keep your dreams and desires to yourself. Don't announce things. When you announce things, there are so many people that are naysayers, and they just put their negative emotions and their negative thoughts into you at that time because they are not wanting to work on themselves. They're not wanting to better themselves, and so they will probably shit all over you. So be quiet about your dreams and goals, and the only person that needs to know what you're accomplishing is yourself, because every time that you accomplish something for yourself that you have set out to, You just reiterate to yourself what a badass you are and how you can do everything yourself. And it also says learn from emotional situations. So that's what I've been saying all this time. It does say Archangel Haniel is the goddess-like angel of grace and feminine spirituality, such as intuition and clairvoyance. So that doesn't mean you're a girl. Everybody has female and male energies within them. Sometimes you live too much in one or too much in the other, and you need to balance that out. That's what you're kind of trying to do, is bring yourself to balance. So, like a true high priestess, Haniel will act as your spiritual teacher and advisor to aid you in discerning which feelings and ideas to follow as trustworthy guidance. Call upon Haniel to increase your clarity in connecting with the angels. So you don't need to be to my level of crazy. If you don't like to talk to spirits yet, that's okay. I am very much somebody that does not believe in religion, but I'm spiritual enough that I believe in the universe. And I don't know what that means all the time, but I do know that I trust my intuition. I trust how I feel. I trust my guidance for the most part. We're all capable of making mistakes. We all have free will. But I am somebody that reads into that and does speak to my guides at times, and I find it helpful. You might find it helpful. So maybe try it out. And then the bottom of the deck is the Magician. You are ready, you have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. We can get back to this place, or we can get to this place, but it takes time and it takes effort. You can see the infinity symbol here, the sideways 8, abundance. So you can have what you desire, but you need to work on yourself. You can't just have it. You need to work on it.